It's a green light with the pedal. Keep the metal real hot, I wanna hit the road. Just drive, wanna let go. Are you ready? And not, I hope you wanna show. It's real late, gonna hit down. Drop the clutch now, spin to make 'em see the smoke. Me ain't gonna get loud. Kick it back now, baby, gonna take you home. And if you idle, let it just start it up. You wild, I wanna rev it up. Can you show me who you are? Rev it up. Real drive. Are you ready? You need this too, this feeling. I've shifted, I've made my moves, I'm drifting. When I'm with you, when you pass, tell us hello. We going fast and we're still speeding up. Don't tell me where to go. You got one last chance to seize it up. 'Cause if you're idle, let it just start it up. You're wild, I'm gonna rev it up. Show me who you are. Are you ready?
Distance nerding.
Hey! What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, my camera's trying to follow me as much as it can. What's up, y'all? Guys, it is Thursday. We are here. It is time for another iteration of Distance Nerding Interviews. I am your boy, Young Phil, and I am your solo dolo host tonight. Unless Graveyard can make his way in, but I think I am just going solo tonight. But that's just fine, guys. With that being said, it is a fun another Thursday. We've got another great interview up for you guys here today. I'm excited because this book is amazing, and we're going to keep going on this. But before we get into all of that, of course, ladies and gentlemen, this show, got to talk sponsors, right? This show is brought to you by all the good folks over at W. That's right. Debbie is a brand of energy drinks created to help focus concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. Debbie contains no maltodextrin, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Find out more about Debbie at www.debbie.gg. Use the code NERDING10 and get 10% off your order. Guys, it is delicious. I'm telling you, you got to get these flavors in. They have all kinds of new flavors coming out all the time. All these brand sponsorships that they've got going on. Lately been doing a lot of anime sponsorships, and it's been great. So do not hesitate to go to w.gg and use that code nerding10 and get yourself 10% off of that order. All right. I am going to do something here real quick before we start and turn this distraction on my camera off. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about this. So, last time he joined us, we talked about the vision behind the amazing book Hellstones. Tonight, we're diving into book one. We're talking about the story, the characters, the world, and what's next for Sam and the Hellstones. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the show, W. Frank Walk,
Hey, what's up?
aka it's my boy Wiley. What's up, man?
Hey, thanks for having me back, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Actually, let's just do that. Yeah, there we go. All right. Well, man, hey, it's a pleasure to have you back on the show, man. Again, I was really excited the last time you were on the show. We had book 0. We talked a little bit about where the story was going when now book 1 is out, and dude, it exceeded all expectations. I'm just throwing that out there.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
It really did, man. So yeah, like the last time you were on here, we Hellstones was still kind of taking shape. You were still talking about where the story was going. For the most part, you had one pretty much ready, but now we're able to see it. Readers have finally experienced book 1. What has the reaction been like?
Luckily, it's been fantastic, man. I put myself out there and kind of put my money where my mouth is, so to speak, and submitted it early to a bunch of people who do reviews and stuff like that. And
yeah.
All the reviews came back, positive, and people are really liking it. And I couldn't ask for anything better. I'm just stoked and just riding this wave.
Yeah, man. Because I remember last time I was making comparisons about Tomb Raider and all that, and it really went that direction, and I love it so much for that, man. So the comic wastes no time. It opens up. Sam's already in danger. Why did you decide to throw readers directly into the action instead of easing them into the world?
Yeah, well, I kind of seen book 0 as the easing in, the setting up, the getting interest. And book 0, there is no action at all. It's all just lore. It's just,
right.
Hey, this is kind of what we're setting up. This is what the ride's going to be about. And I told everybody at that time, don't worry, there's action coming. There's action coming. Mm-hmm. So when it came down to it, I was like, I promised action. I got to hit it hard right out the gate. Yeah. Let's go.
Soon as it opens, it is just straight action packed, man. And I'm just, it sucked me right into the book immediately. I was like, yep, nope, not putting that down. Well, I mean, I'm acting like awesome. I'm reading it there. I was reading it on my iPad, but I mean, still.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So Sam is a really tough character, right? But she's also very human. What was the biggest challenge in making her feel believable instead of just completely invincible?
Yeah, well, I mean, you should right. She toes that line of like being like capable, stubborn, independent. But I really believe in making my characters relatable and making them bleed. Yeah, it's really about there's consequences to your actions, and I really had to hone in on making sure that red right and came through. It's not all rainbows and butterflies. She's not some mega superhero that's invincible or anything. She's broken, she's vulnerable, she's human. And I kind of wrote a lot of it just by looking at myself or looking at my wife and just having conversations about what would you do in this situation, how would you react, and just really trying to build it from that human aspect.
Right. Like, she's not superhuman. Like, she is very much somebody who is on the ride and trying to get her goals done, but also it's a very, very human story, which makes it that much more relatable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Given the premise of the book.
So, yeah, certainly. So Hellstones it's a supernatural action series about ancient stones that grant extraordinary abilities. The story follows Sam as she becomes caught between several factioning groups fighting to control the stones, each believing that they know what should be, how the power should be used best. Really at its core, the series asks, how much is someone willing to sacrifice for the perceived greater good?
Right.
And whether or not good intentions are enough to justify the damage left behind.
Yeah. No. And again, it comes across extremely well in all of this. So I also want to talk about this. Gary is really the emotional heart of this issue. How important was it to establish that relationship early on?
Oh, the story wouldn't move forward without it. I mean, everyone has their breaking point, or that point that pushes them a little farther outside of their comfort zone, and that relationship is definitely Sam's anchor
Mhm.
and breaking point.
Yeah, and it definitely does anchor in the story. It makes it feel again more lived in, more complete in the world. Now, speaking of lived in, one thing I really did appreciate about the story is how much you trust the reader. You don't stop to explain everything. You don't kind of handhold through the entire story, which again I appreciate as a reader that you kind of trust us to you know go off of the things that we know. Was that always a part of your storytelling philosophy?
Yeah, I think so. And I think that has a lot to also do with. I think I've talked about that before, but
Mhm.
my writing, it comes from my being a forever DM with Dungeons and Dragons, and a lot of that is kind of I'm pulling from that writing method. So it's a very much a show don't tell, let's just go
Right.
kind of writing style.
Right, right, right. Now as far as characters go, like the jungle almost feels like it's a character on its own. There's
Yeah.
just like so much happening going on with the jungle in itself. What inspired that setting? Like, well, and I mean, I kind of know part of the story, but this is for like new listeners who maybe listen that or viewers who are checking this out right now.
Yeah, so with the Hellstones, it's all about kind of like a game of keep away. That's kind of Sam and
Mhm.
Garrett's role, is to, as long as I hold on to this one Hellstone, that means these other guys don't have all the Hellstones. So that's why Sam and Gary, Sam's in some urban setting in the beginning, and Gary's in the jungles of Brazil, and they don't really have much of that relationship because they want to keep separate, keep distant, um, to keep that game of keep away going on. But why I set it in the jungle and why it kind of has this Tomb Raider kind of feel to it is because it's a love letter for everything that I love.
Right.
I'm a product of the '80s, like Indiana Jones, Tomb Raider, all of that, and it just felt right. When I was thinking of action, I immediately thought of jungles, uh,
Yeah.
and so I leaned into it hard.
And especially if you're a child of the 80s, we had so many movies in the 80s that took place in jungles. I mean,
Yeah,
like obviously Rambo,
yeah,
we had Predator, we had Indiana Jones. Like it's just there was so much mysticism within the jungle itself. That, just like there's dangers around every corner, kind of thing.
yeah.
So it's kind of cool to kind of get back in that setting and have it feel like not something that was being thrown at us and almost like the visual equivalent to being talked down to. Like it felt very,
Sure, sure.
yeah, like it felt very like the story needed to be there and it made sense for it to be there.
I'm glad they came across.
Yeah. Now this is something that I notice in a lot of stories that tend not to be the greatest, and you handled this really well. The mercenaries, they feel competent and genuinely threatening. They really feel like they know what they're doing, and they are a actual threat rather than just being kind of like both cannon fodder and comic relief, right? Like they
Yeah,
actually feel like a threat. How much research went into making those encounters actually feel authentic within the book?
a lot. I just pulled from, again, just everything that I love,
Mhm.
and I started looking at movies and TV and things other creators do, and I was like, it'd be a disservice to have them be these oafish or absent-minded. Was it the wind? Like,
Right, right. They're
kind
not
of thing.
bumbling, like, a lot of
Yeah.
times you have bumbling mercenaries, and it's like, how are you ever hired?
Yeah, exactly. Well, that I needed to, in order to show how badass Sam is,
Right.
I needed them to be serious as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Give
it and
me,
it definitely elevates her status as a heroine, right? It's great.
yeah.
Yeah. So we finally start learning more about the Hellstones themselves and got a glimpse of it in book 0, but we start kind of learning a little bit more. Did you create the powers first, or were the characters or were the characters who wield them?
Uh, I created I created the powers first. Yeah,
Mm.
absolutely. And then from there, it was what type of person would have this kind of stone, that kind of thing, and
Mhm.
went that route.
Yeah, no, and without spoiling anything, because obviously we want people to go and read the books, right? And again, I'm an advocate 100% for go read the book, but without spoiling anything, which Hellstone are you personally most excited for readers to learn about?
Oh man, the blue Hellstone.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, this Hellstone, and I'm not giving anything away.
Right.
In book 0 and in book 1, I do list the stones in the.
I was going to say, if you go and read the book at the
Right.
at the end of the book, there is a section that explains what power each stone has. So yeah, again, more reason to entice people to go read the book.
Yeah, and the blue stone allows its wielder to summon weapons and armor,
Right.
and I just love that. That's the fantasy kid in me.
That's
right
such a
there.
TNT move, dude. Like
100%, 100%.
yeah. That is such a D&D move. It's like you know what I'm also reading right now is Dungeon Crawler Carl. We're like bringing everybody into the cult right now, and it's like literally that. It's like what piece of armor is he going to get next? Because he's a dude that's running around barefoot in his underwear. So it's like, is he going to get armor that matters, or is he just going to get another toe ring? You know, like. So by the end of the issue, readers have answers, but even more questions. There definitely were. Kind of, and again, I love that because it makes me want to, now I'm like, when does the next book come out?
Right.
How did you decide what mysteries to reveal and which ones to kind of hold back on?
That was actually surprisingly hard because
Yeah.
I just want to tell the story.
Right.
So it was a lot of back and forth in different iterations. I mean, the entire 13 book series is already written. It's already scripted out. But that doesn't mean it's finalized by any means, because you start to discover things like cliffhangers or page turners and stuff like that along the way. So it was really just listening to, my friends and family and peers for feedback and going, hey, this might be a good moment to stop. I know you wanted to do 32 pages, but if you cut it to 28, that's a really good cliffhanger.
Right. Right. And again, it's cut in a place really well that makes you want to go, okay, well, now I need the next book. And I think that's always the intention, right? Is to get people to like where you don't feel like you're holding back so much that people feel gypped, but also you're holding back enough that it's like, okay, well, I need to go get the next book to see what happens.
Yeah, that's definitely where you got to take your creator hat off and put your business hat on and go, okay, what's the hook? How do we get them coming back?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, something unique in the way that you create this book. You're not only the writer, you're also the colorist,
Mhm.
right? Does coloring ever change the way you tell your stories?
Yeah, 100%. I'm a colorist first and foremost before I'm a writer.
Mm-hmm.
And it's definitely even when I'm writing, I'm thinking about the color, I'm thinking about the tone, I'm thinking about the palettes that I'm going to use. It's purely intentional that she's got a green hellstone and she's in the jungle surrounded by all of this green.
Right.
And
her outfit is mostly green.
And that's right. That's right. Absolutely. These are all intentional things. And as the story develops and different things are being talked about and uncovered, the color palette's going to change to reflect that 100%.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Because then it's the same thing as when you're writing the character, right? Like does the character inform you, or are you creating the character? And 9 times out of 10, most writers will say, no, the character tells me what I'm doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So do you have a favorite page or panel from book number 1?
Yeah, I absolutely do. And without spoiling anything,
Mm-hmm.
it's the end of the cave scenes.
Okay. I know what scene you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah. So for those that are watching this, when you get the book, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's just fun.
Yeah, absolutely is. Was there a scene that almost made the final cut but didn't?
Yeah, oh God, so much. And again, that just comes from me just wanting to tell everything and tell the story and then having to cut back. But yeah, I wanted to spend a lot more time her like I had a whole scene of her finding some like ancient like Mayan ruins and kind of having some scenes take place there. I kind of like a slow burn story. I like character building and all of that, but really I had to cut all of that just for the pacing of the book, and keeping the page count down.
Yeah, and I get that. So with all this being said, everything that we've kind of talked about on this, looking back at issue number 1, is there anything that you would have done differently?
No, not at all. I'm really happy with how it turned out.
I love that. I love that. Just it's the confidence in it again is giving me more reason to say go read the book, because again it shows. It does show. It 100% does show in the work and in the story and the way that everything kind of flows in the story. It shows as something that there was a lot of love and care that went into the book.
Yeah, thank you. It's with me being in control of every aspect of this, aside from the pencils and line art, granted, I still have all of the creative input and editing choices to make there as well. I've really got to make sure that what I'm putting out is as good and professional as it can be,
Right.
and it's something that I would buy myself. So yeah, I'm really stoked with how it turned out.
Yeah, that's awesome. So we've kind of gone over just kind of like the basics on the book and everything like that. I want to do a couple of fun questions here, a couple of fun hypotheticals to get into your brain.
Awesome.
Okay. So I'm going to call this adaptation time.
Okay.
Okay. If the Hellstones got adapted tomorrow, which would you choose? Would you rather a live action TV series, an animated series, or a AAA video game?
Oh wow. I'd have to say, did you say TV series or did you say movie?
TV series, animated series, or AAA video game. Or if you want to do movie, we can throw movie in there.
No. Movie would be too short.
Yeah, that's kind of why I didn't throw it in there.
Yeah, I think a TV series would be great.
Yeah, I think, is that your wife right there?
That, in fact, is my wife. Hi, wife. Are you trying to get me off the podcast to go do some kitchen work?
So she just wants live action. So given if we did a live action adaptation of Hellstones, if you could cast Sam, who would be your number one casting choice?
I actually got to give this some more thought in the future. Before I had been asked this before, and I was like, like a young Jennifer Lawrence was what came to mind.
Okay,
but that wouldn't be feasible now because she's not young Jennifer Lawrence anymore. She's however old she is now. She's still gorgeous and a great actor or whatever.
She's 40-year-old Jennifer Lawrence. She's
yeah,
still hot. Yeah,
right. So I really don't know who I would put in that role in like present time. I really should spend some more time on that because I've been asked it a couple of times.
Okay, yeah, and that's fine. We'll hold this off for for session number 3, right?
Yeah, there we go.
All right. I'm gonna give you some rapid fire questions here. Okay, so some first thing that pops into mind, and the first question I have written on here, I already got your answer, but I'm gonna ask it anyways.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So starting at number 1 here, your favorite Hellstone?
That's the Blue Hellstone.
It's the Blue Hellstone, right? Favorite comic growing up?
Spider-Man.
Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Constantine or Hellboy?
Constantine.
Yeah, John Constantine's a beast. Yeah. Physical comics or digital?
Physical all day.
Coffee or energy drink?
Coffee.
Favorite page in issue number 1? I already asked you that, so let's go ahead and we already talked about that. One character fans should keep an eye on. That's not Sam and Jerry.
Yeah, I would say Damian Voss.
Ooh, oh, yes.
Yeah.
I remember you telling me about him. That's why I'm like, oh, yes. Okay, I remember that. I'm gonna just keep my excitement, guys. Know that just keep an eye on him. If you could own one Hellstone other than the blue, would you own the Hellstones?
I mean, yeah, I'd be way too tempted to not. Like once you're presented that power.
I know, right? Have you started book number 2?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. One word to describe number 2.
Development.
Okay. 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 I understand what that means because again I read the book, but yeah. When readers finish book number 1, what's the feeling you hope that stays with them until they pick up the next issue? Also, this is not a rapid fire question. This one's more take your time on this one.
Yeah. No, I really hope people come away from this curious.
Mhm.
That's really my thing. I that's my favorite part about comics, especially as a kid, was reading something and then going back to the lunch table or getting together with my friends after school and talking about it and just going, man, did you see what that happened? Can you believe this happened? What would you have done in that situation? And just coming out of it curious. Because I hope I pose a lot of moral quandaries and questions in this series.
Yeah, and 100%. I remember this whole thing makes you kind of question the establishment of what you think, and that was something that I loved about it. Like again, just a little that we got in book 0 made me question a lot of things, and that's kind of what you should do in properties that are thought provoking. So, yeah, that's definitely something that I walked away with, and I'm hoping the rest of the audience walks away with that as well.
Yeah.
All right. So last time you were on, we did a when we start getting into these wrap up questions, we did the who would win in a fight, right?
Yeah,
You know,
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, so I've got a couple of them written for you on this right here. I'm gonna kind of put Sam up against a couple of different people, and we're gonna see. I mean, obviously you're gonna vote for your baby, but let's let's put them in situations, and I'm gonna kind of put them in a specific, not specific situations, but kind of like parameters in their meetings.
Okay.
And you tell me who you think does better in the situation. So Sam versus Constantine.
Oh, Constantine.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say now preparation time. They both have equal preparation time. They're on neutral ground, right? Who wins that fight?
I still think it's Constantine. He's just far too clever, far too dark and magical.
Yeah. John is. He can be problematic.
Yeah.
But he is such a good character, man. Yeah. Hellblazer is such a good book. Sam versus Lara Croft. Who is surviving the end of the adventure?
That's Sam all day.
Sam all day. All right. Here's one that is a little switch up right here. Damian Voss versus Wilson Fisk. Who builds the bigger empire?
Oh man, that's a good one. I'm gonna have to go Damian Voss though.
Damian Voss. Yeah, Damian Voss continuing to be problematic.
Yeah.
So what's next after Hellstones, man? Do you have any other projects that you're working on, or do you guys? Is there anything that you're doing in particular?
Yeah, absolutely. So Hellstones is going to be going for a while. I've got 13 books in the series to write, so we're cruising along on that. But I do have an IP that I got from a friend who wrote a really cool short horror story that I'm going to turn into a 32-page one-shot. I've got the script written out for that. It's just a matter of timing and funding in order to get that ball rolling. But I'm super stoked on that. And then aside from that, in the comic space, I'm working on a couple of other things as well. One of which is an app called Pigma Prism.
Nice.
And this app it's an artist tool used to help better make sense of color theory. So pretty stoked on that too.
Awesome, man. That's awesome. So let's where can everybody follow this project in particular? Let's talk about the Kickstarter. Just let's throw that out there for everybody who I mean, that's the main thing. Let's get that Kickstarter out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Pigmacast.com. That's my main website. There's links directly to the Kickstarter from there. Of course, go to kickstarter.com and search for Hellstones. You'll see the link for Echoes, not Echoes Across Eternity. That was book 0. This one is Into the Fray.
Into the Fray. I think I found it. I'm going to post the link in the chat right now, so then that way people can go directly to it.
Perfect.
We definitely want that. And guys, as always, please support the project. This is you guys hear me kind of gushing over it a little bit, but it's because it really is that good of a project, guys. Head over to the Kickstarter and go in and support. I want to say Wiley, but yeah, go and support Wiley on this project. It's great.
Yeah, I got really fortunate. We got fully funded within the first 48 hours.
Nice.
So this book is a lock. I mean, at this point, you're just buying a book. You don't have to worry about anything. It's already complete, already funded. You know, you're going to spend $15 on your next McDonald's run anyway. You know, throw me a bone. Pick yourself up a copy.
Right. I'm going to throw a couple of mashups back at you here. So we're throwing Sam back in the fray again here. Sam versus Nathan Drake.
Sam. Yeah.
Okay. And then Sam versus the GOAT himself, Indiana Jones.
Oh man, that's a good one. But man, I love Indy, but it's got to go to Sam.
All right. We're gonna give that to Sam. And guys, again, if you read the book, you'll see why Sam is an absolute badass. It's so good. Okay, man. So before we get rolling here, before we do a full wrap here, did I just? Yeah, I did. Hold on. There we go. Before we get wrapping here, where can everybody follow you, support your work, and keep up with what you're doing? Just so that way they can, keep track of everything that Pigmacast is doing and everything that you guys have going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Pigmacast.com. That's going to be your best way. That's got all of my works on there. It's got my portfolios. It's got links to all my socials. That's definitely the place to go. You can search for me on any social media for the most part under either Pigmacast or W. Frank Walk. Or if all else fails, just Google Frank Walk. I show up there nowadays.
every now and then, right? Like I show up on Google. Guys, the book is Hellstones Into the Fray, #1. The Kickstarter is right there on in the chat. I'll throw it on the screen here for a second. That is a little bit big, but for anybody who's just watching this and can't click on it later, there you go. You can see it on the screen. The artist, the colorist, the writer is W. Frank Walk. Frank, I appreciate you coming on and talking about the project and getting us even more excited about the world that Sam lives in. Thanks for coming on the show, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, man. It's always a blast.
Absolutely, man. For everybody else, as always, guys, thanks and keep nerding together. We will see everybody on the next show. Again, keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow we are not going to be doing game night. I don't know if you've seen this, Frank, but we have been doing a live D&D stream.
You started it. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Last time I was on, you were talking about launching it.
Yeah, we were talking about doing that, and I think it took 6 months for us to actually get into it. But we started doing the live D&D stream. Now it's like every other D&D session. It's hard to get everybody together at the same time, even when it's virtual. But it's mostly because we're doing a con this weekend, so that's the reason that we can't do it. But we will be back next week, ladies and gentlemen. Tuesday for regular distance nerding, Thursday for another great interview. Again, Frank, thank you so much for coming on, man. I appreciate you and your time and this book. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, go and pick it up. Please go do that. It is well worth your time. All right, guys. As always, thanks and keep nerding together. We'll see everybody next week.
Distance nerding.
Bye.